Hello, beautiful divine souls. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This will be a pick a card based on the messages of each card for each pile. The timestamps will be below. As we get started here, the focus is on the Age of Aquarius because we've had already a couple entrances or gateways that we've moved through into this age. Saturn first opened it up for us back in 2020 when it started going between mid to late Capricorn and Aquarius. And the winter solstice of 2020 with Jupiter and Saturn conjuncting there was the entrance in to the Aquarius age. And then we had all of 2021 with Saturn and Jupiter moving us towards this goal. And now we had another portal or gateway bringing in even higher energies here on the Chinese New Year, which is also the new moon in Aquarius. And this occurred the late night of January 31st and the early morning of February 1st. We will have one more very big gateway opening here with Venus and Mars conjuncting at 0 Aquarius here on March 5th. Now this energy, we're still moving through it all of 2022 because while Saturn is in Aquarius, it's giving us the time and the tools and the skills and the wherewithal to know exactly what it is we are wanting to create here. Because Saturn is the planet of building foundations, but it tells us that to do so, there's a lot of work that we must do. We need to persevere, not give up. We have the strength to do it. We have to be goal-oriented, and more than anything, we really have to stay focused on our target. All right? So Saturn will be in Aquarius until the end of the first week of March 2023. So even though the messages here today are ultimately for the Age of Aquarius, meaning they are timeless and eternal, we still have this time frame ahead of us into March of 2023 where we are building whatever it is we want to build in the Age of Aquarius. These are beautiful, beautiful messages for us here today. And I just put up an Instagram message with Mars in Capricorn because that's very prevalent right now with the energy we're in. And it's showing us that in order to go through the gateways into these new pathways that we're wanting to create for ourselves, we not only have to be very focused and get rid of distractions in our life, we also have to remove the patterns, habits, belief systems that we've been carrying that no longer serve what it is we want to create. Alrighty, so just know that these are the messages in the background for each and every one of us. So these are the three piles, and if you want to just choose one, two, or all three, that one is up to you. The messages are different though, because I was looking at them ahead of time. And I'm going to bring in sacred affirmations and activators here as well. So let me move a little bit closer here. The three piles, the first one, the message is rain, fecundity, which means prosperity. Pile 2 is mountain, clarity. Pile 3 is the equator, which is about balance. So we have fecundity, or abundance, prosperity, mountain, clarity, and the equator, balance and harmony. Very different messages, yet they can all blend into one another. Let me go ahead and start then with pile number 1, rain. So the element we're working with here is water. The word is fecundity. It comes from the Latin word Fecundatia, I believe. I can look that up. I believe it has something to do with abundance. But to have abundance, we must have rain. See, we have both the earth energy here and the water. To grow anything on the earth, we must have water to nurture it. So water and earth go together. With this message for pile number 1, it's about working with your earthly container, which can also be your physical body, but the earthly container is your foundation, whether it's your home, your business, your family, whatever it is you work on a daily level is your foundation. And you need to nurture it daily. You need to water it because you're going to see it grow. So this message for pile number 1 is about growth, prosperity, and reward, but to keep watering and nurturing the ground here. The conditions of greater prosperity are being met right now. Know that all will be well in your world. It's time to cleanse yourself of old, outdated views, though. Just know that you have everything you need to grow, but let yourself be cleansed. So there's a message of cleaning out with the rain, or washing away everything that is not working for you anymore, okay? Whatever that is, allow yourself to be fully cleansed. Another message with this is that you're coming out of a drought cycle in your life. So for some of you, it's just that abundance is now coming to you because you've been in a drought for a long time, whether that's a drought financially or a drought in love or a drought in health, whatever it's in, just know that you are coming out of the drought now. And to really be in the present. When we're working with earth energies, it's about being in the present and really having blessings for the simple pleasures of our life. Beautiful messages. So we're going to go from rain, the water energy here, and the earth energy, and what is it that we are activating here in our life? The Gaia Gateway activation. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. Well, there we go. There's the pathway leading into Gaia. So whoever chose this pile, it's about working with your physical body. I'm getting a lot of messages about healing, prosperity, building your future, but doing so where you work with the earth consciousness here. And you work with your physical body completely grounded and connected into the earth. So your visual here is to visualize Gaia coming in as this beautiful light beam through the top of your head, going all the way down through your soles of your feet into your earth star chakra, which is just below your feet. But visualize her energy, that beam of light, going further down into the core of the earth, connecting you completely to the core of Gaia. Very strong messages here. Gaia is helping you on your journey here. The Gaia Gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and the intelligence of Mother Earth. It's time now to acknowledge her as one of the key energetic spaces that you need to connect with so that you can activate your ascension process. So we are on the ascension pathway and process. That's what the Age of Aquarius is all about. It's the age of ascension. And so for pile number 1, your activator here is working with Gaia or Mother Earth through her gateway, which goes up through the soles of your feet, through your entire body. She's allowing you to connect directly with the non-physical intelligence of who she is, her spiritual presence on planet Earth. So when you do this ritual where you bring the light in, you can also bring it up through the soles of your feet and out through the top of your head. You are connecting with the crystalline grid of Mother Earth, of Gaia. We all have in our light bodies a crystalline grid. That's where we connect with our higher selves, where our ascension process is occurring. And so you're not only connecting here with Mother Earth and Gaia physically, being more out in nature and really in reverence of her and doing your own physical healing with your own body, you're also connecting your light body with her light body, which goes through the crystalline grid. When you draw this card, it is a reminder to trust in your plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time, and you can enjoy the natural expansion that is getting ready to take place in your life or is already taking place. Remember, you have chosen to be here on this earth. You chose to come for this time. It may not always be easy to be here because sometimes our current reality is a harsh one. But remember that all of your experiences, past and present, are vital for your growth and for your ascension process. So if you need any extra strength on this journey, call on Gaia to help you, and she will bring this strength to you. So now let's look at the final messages here from the Starseed Oracle on what other beautiful cosmic energies are helping us on our pathway right now. Cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. And the other card is jump in. Andromeda energy adventure, say yes to change. Well, with this pile, it's absolutely about saying yes to change, right? Because fecundity, or rain, is about abundance. Water brings nurturance as well as cleansing. It brings both. Jump in. It's time for something new in your life. Call on the Andromedan energy along with the energy of Gaia to help you on your pathway. Cracked open. Let's read the message from that because I know it's a very important one. It's about being open to being cracked open, to being wide open, because it's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways that we could only dream were possible. But first, the difficult times have to crack us open. So the message here is everything you've ever been through in your life and other lifetimes is about cracking yourself open, your heart open, your mind open, your spiritual body open to the higher consciousness that is you. Sometimes it hurts like hell to be cracked open, but it is nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, this is going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light comes in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit, of the divine cosmic consciousness to enter. So let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, and your losses transform you into more and more of who and what you are. Bless the very thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open right now. Surrender to the alchemy of life. And then jump in is about it's time for you to jump in. Life bends for the courageous, and the courageous is what you're being called to be now. So jump in, be courageous. You're already facing in the right direction. The only thing left for you to do now is leap. You'll figure out the details as you go. Things may not always be smooth sailing. Life on earth rarely is. However, it's the rougher seas that teach us how to sail with glory. And once you know that, you can navigate any sea, ocean, or storm. This is a beautiful message. So it's time for you to seek greater adventures, to embrace your own adaptability and find a way to be the calm in the chaos. You didn't come to earth to be passive. You came to earth to truly live. Now take a good run and leap. This is your, I think there's an affirmation with this card. No, there is not. There was an affirmation with Gaia. So let me find that one for you, because I want to leave you with an affirmation here. It's taking me a moment. Yes, it is. Okay. It's just the visualization. Visualize yourself sending deep roots into the center of the earth. And when you get as far as you can go with that, a portal will open and you will connect with the matrix of Gaia's wisdom. Be open to receiving a direct transmission of light from her. So that's the message here. Really connecting with Gaia. And because Gaia is going to crack you open, isn't she? And once you're cracked open, you're going to then jump in. I love these messages. So that's the messages for pile number 1. Let's go to pile number 2, which was mountain clarity. This is about reaching the top of your mountain. This is about knowing that in your time of deep rest and rejuvenation and on your journey up the mountain, which is the ascension journey as well, it's about knowing that there's clarity up there. There's fewer people, there's few cities, there's more nature, the air is less polluted, there's more clarity and more, what's the word for it? It feels higher when we go up. So the message from mountain number 16, I'm pretty sure that that is an earth energy, and yes, it is. There's an advantage to looking at things from a higher perspective now. You may be too close to something to see it properly and clearly. So it's time for you to get away from it, to detach, to sleep on it, or to become the observer in your life. Also, there may be something that you're too close to, so you're not seeing it. So it's asking you that you're either too close or you're not close enough. So this has something to do with changing your perspective. If you're not close enough, seek to find more information. Reach out to get deeper clarity through the act of gathering information, meditating on it, journaling about it, sleeping on it. If you're too close to it, move away from it, detach from it, and no matter what, it's about looking for the high road, looking at the big picture. That is the destination with mountain. And those of you that chose pile number 2, you are looking for the destination here. And your destination to get higher up on your mountain is requiring you to either raise your perspective, raise your point of view, change it, or expand upon it. Only you know that answer. The contemplative quality and the purity of the mountain environments is what gives us this ability to escape from the mainstream of people so that we can find the silence that we seek. So the mountain medicine means finding those places where silence lives, where there's not all this noise around you, because it's within the silence where you're going to find that clarity in what you seek. And it's going high where few can go, that the aspects of gaining a higher perspective are waiting for you. So you've got to remove the noise and the distraction in your life. That's number 1. And seek to go higher, whether that's with your heart space, your mental space, your beliefs, or maybe it's time for you to go on a retreat. So for pile number 2, the message here may be about going out in nature, going on a retreat somewhere. Mountains remind us that we can look at the minutiae of the world more purely and from a higher vantage point. In mountains, our troubles seem tiny and insignificant. Taking time away from too many opinions or pressures in your life right now and trying instead to gain some simplicity and clarity is something you need to do on a regular basis. So the message here is make clarity and simplicity your daily practice. So what is going to be your activator tool here? What's activating you on your journey? You're the ancestral realm. It's about karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. Again, we've got that earth energy there though, right? There's a portal here too. You're wanting to access something in your life right now. And the message here is that your ancestors are with you, but they want to remind you that they weren't perfect either. And they did not have a perfect life. They made poor choices. They had mistaken views. Many of their intentions were honorable, but many were not. All of this, though, is held within the ancestral lineage, as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear-based, and even harmful. All of these karmic energies can hold us back. But when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, whether you realize it or not, your life then, their life, the life of your ancestors, becomes an answer to your life. So your ancestors, regardless of the decisions they made, they are here to support your path. Their making bad decisions helped future generations make good ones. Your ancestors are what helped you get to where you are today. So for pile number 2, you're being asked to deeply call on your ancestral lineage right now. And when this card comes to you, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. In other words, your ancestors knew there was a direction they were going in, and you are that answer. So connect with your family line. Maybe for pile 2, you want to do Ancestry.com, 23andMe. I'm feeling that many of you, it would behoove you to travel to some very sacred places on the earth and connect with the ancestral line here. Place your hands on your heart and say, either internally or out loud, great ancestors, earthly lineage, soul lineage, thank you for bringing to my awareness the karmic blockages that might be preventing me from reaching my greatest potential. So the message here is manyfold. Number 1, it's about calling on your ancestors, and they're also going to show you the blockages that you carry that they created so you can heal them, okay? This card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time right now, or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now to help you through. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so that you can rest and get the clarity that you need. But I'm feeling for most of you here, it's that you're too close to something. You need to get distance so that distance will bring you clarity. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are also here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness, and for any negative effects that those could be having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult, or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing and healing is taking place for you at this time. But the ointment for this wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting that what happened is okay, but about realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness, live from your own heart, keep your boundaries strong, and be open to carving out a new path. So let's look at the final guidance from the Starseed Oracle. Inner Earth, you will survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. So the inner Earth is a sacred place. Again, it's connected to your ancestral line. And the last message is star bathing. Light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. So for pile 2, it really is about connecting deeply with your cosmic ancestral line, your earthly one, And just knowing that these are your helpers, okay? So let me read Inner Earth here. There are solutions beyond what you can perceive. Surprising outcomes to your problems and situations are coming in. Resolutions that are in the best interests of all involved. So if you find yourself facing any obstacle, feeling stuck in any way, or you don't know what to do, you're being reassured here that there is a way out. Things are going to work out even if you cannot see it at this time. So call on the inner earth, call on your great ancestors, call on the mountain, and call on the star beings to guide you here. The other message here is that if you are feeling stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy to shift your thinking. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Think outside the box. And soon you'll see that whole new world of solutions are presenting themselves to you. Things that were previously beyond your focus will then come into focus. And what did we have? Clarity, right? Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you now. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so that you can receive it. So let's look at star bathing. That is such a beautiful message. This card arises because you are here at this time on the earth to connect with the crystalline grid of the earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to sacred places that you feel drawn to go to without even knowing why. But it can also mean that your light body, which is the energy body in its highest form, is being activated right now. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration. Okay? You're being called on right now to work with your cosmic energy. You're being guided on a very, very specific journey right now to places on the earth to unlock the cosmic codes of your cosmic ancestors. You are doing star bathing. So the last thing I would say about this is do stargazing. Go out into the starlight and the moonlight and ask that the stars bring you these codes and that they direct you to where on this earth you need to be. And it could be that it's right there where you live, but there's maybe certain sacred places where you live that you are being guided now to go. Okay? Beautiful message, because for pile number 2, you are being activated. Your light body activation is what's happening right now. This is awesome. So be gentle with yourself, because remember, in the first card, the mountain, she's resting. So be mindful of taking time to rest and take care of yourself. Okay? So let's go to pile number 3, the equator, to make equal. What I'm getting from this is it's not only about balance, but it's about light and dark, knowing that we are made up of everything. We are made up of light, we are made up of dark. So for those of you that chose pile number 3, you may have been working with recently your shadow self, or perhaps you've been on the dark night of the soul, and that you're wanting to come into balance, but to do so, you must acknowledge all facets of who you are to come into balance. The other message I'm getting here is you're wanting to come to the center of your life, which is the equator. You want to be in a place of centeredness, wholeness, feeling very balanced within and without, and you want harmony in your life. So let me look up the equator. I think that's number 5. Beautiful. I'm getting a lot of Libra messages here with this one, but the air messages especially, and the element is fire. Find the balance in your life at this time. Know that you are worthy of this harmony. You are worthy of this balance. However, on this journey, do not compare yourself to others, as this is a useless task that only will lead you to unhappiness. There can be a happy medium. There doesn't have to be an extreme reaction to things in your life here. So 3 messages there. You're finding greater balance in your life. You're worth it. So there's something around self-love and self-value. And secondly, stop comparing your journey with anybody else's, because your journey is unique to you. And thirdly, if you are experiencing extremes in your life, or if you find yourself reacting in extremes, look to getting to the middle somehow. Find the core, the equator of your world, the equator of your own physical body and your life. So let's look at the physical body. What's at the center of our body? Our heart chakra, right? Our third chakra and our heart, which would be our solar plexus and our heart. So this is telling you you're on the mission of heart work right now. You're following your passion, okay? You've got to go after your passion. You've got to be in the center of your heart and your being, following your deep intuition and doing your heart work right now. When we seek equality, the energy of the equator is a powerful addition in our life. So let's look at the activation that we're getting on our journey here. It's Orion activation. Supernova recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. So for pile number 3, the Orion constellation is what's calling you. I know that this is my pile, okay, because I've always felt a deep kinship with Orion. So Orion is the divine, sacred, spiritual hunter. Orion has the belt of the 3 stars around him, and at his feet is the dog, and that's why we have the dog star Sirius. So the constellation of Orion and the Sirians are very intimately connected here. So you are being activated and assisted by Orion right now. It's one of the best well-known stars here. The beings of Orion are in fact sacred space holders who help all of those with star power and star potential to make the changes required to become the most ascended and aware form of who they are. So for pile number 3, this is very specific for those of you that already know you are star beings, cosmic being, light beings, whatever word you want to use here. You know you come from the stars and you are wanting to go down a deeper activation here. But here's the message for you. All of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now. It is essential for your old way of being to fall away and for you to go through a process of renewal in order to move forward. So for pile number 3, I'm definitely getting a very strong rebirthing. You've had all the experiences you need to have. Now it's time to let them go. Do not live in the past in any way, shape, or form, but thank the past for all of the experiences it has brought to you. The old stories of your life are not yours to live out anymore. You are far greater than these stories. Let them go. The beings of Orion are surrounding you, and they see you as one of them. Someone who has been born with the knowledge that you can live with great purpose and make a real difference in this world, whether on a global scale or in a particular corner of the planet. It does not matter. So when you draw this card, you are being reminded and called to your mission, that you have infinite star potential and the time is now. Wow, that is a profound message. So let's look at the last 2 messages. You are the messenger. Sirius energy. Well, you are. Orion, below at the feet of Orion is Sirius, the dog star. You are bringing harmony and balance not only into your life, but into this world. Look at that. There's a portal there. Right beneath that. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, so for pile number 3, this is speaking very, very deeply about your mission on this earth. And that something about your mission on this earth is about ready to skyrocket and really take off. Just know that you are a part of a lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of this planet, to returning time and time again to seed the light. You are the crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back into the human collective, to honor both the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, to usher in deep reverence here. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius, often appearing as a shade of blue. They hold the frequency of pure love, and they are here to help the masculine and the feminine exist in harmony. So if you feel like you're very attached to the color blue or the blue ray, which is also the way of Archangel Michael, by the way, then you know you are one of these souls. You are here to be a guardian of harmony and balance on this earth, okay? Right now, a rebalancing of the masculine and feminine energy is occurring worldwide. It is a resurgence of the sacred masculine and feminine within us all, a returning of the sacred union within. And that is your mission right now. You are coming back into balance, the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang, the giver and the taker, the receiver, okay? This is your mission. This is your calling. You can bring to balance, you can begin to bring harmony and balance by first creating it in your own life. The ripple will then flow from there, okay? So this message is telling you, you must first begin within. Create the inner balance. You must first become the equator, the center of balance and peace, and move outward from there. And this portal will arise. And remember, the constellation of Orion, the Orions and the Sirians are guiding you right now here. This is so, so beautiful. And so let's look at the very last message. And I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong. The Courageous Peony. It's one of the flowers. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. So it's time to be visible on your journey. Do not hide behind anything or anyone. It's time to come out. Allow your flower to blossom. Allow your flower to blossom. Let's see if I can find the last message here. It's time to open yourself up to being seen. Time to share your incredible, multifaceted, true nature with the world around you, to uncover and reveal your soul's greatest gifts without wavering. So that's where the focus comes in, right? To own your uniqueness without apology. You do not have to explain yourself to anyone. You are a star being. Own it. There is a flower on this planet that holds the same qualities that your soul is readying itself to express. Find that flower. So this last message is look for the flower that wants to speak to you right now. Now the last message here is, you may have been taught that it's safer to keep your light hidden and your voice small, to hide behind the bushes instead of growing tall. But this card is here to remind you that it's now safe, okay, that's the key word, to embody all of who and what you truly are. It's safe to share your voice and let yourself be seen. At first it may feel uncomfortable and you may be afraid of what others think, but with each passing day it will become easier. Little by little you will realize that it draws in those who are meant for you, and it actually will repel those that are not. And experiences that you've been longing for your whole life will finally be arriving at your feet. Okay, everyone, sending you a wonderful, wonderful hug.